Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be showing you how to design this modern hero section in Figma step by step. The cool part is I will be giving you this Figma file completely for free. You can grab it from the link in the description. I have set it up on the lemon squeezy so you can download it for $0. But if you would like to support me, you can also pay whatever amount you think it deserves. Usually designs like this one go for around $10 to $20 on market prices. But so if you find it valuable and want to support my work, feel free to chip in, and either way the file is yours to keep. By the end of this tutorial you will know how to build a professional hero section just like this one. So let's dive in. Okay guys, we will start designing now. So before that, if you want to do follow along with me, you can copy these color codes into your design file. And basically the top colors are tints and tones of this blue color, and the bottom colors are neutral colors. So we will start designing with the pressing F on my keyboard. Okay, and it will bring us ready-made frames on the right sidebar menu. I am going to choose desktop frame. I am going to place it here. So what we are going to do, we are going to make navbar, then title, subtitle, CTA, and then let me show you navbar, title, subtitle, CTA, and this one we can call it flag. Okay, and also we also call it badge, and we will create this image. Then our design will be finalized. So let's start by creating navbar. So what we need to do is we need to press F again to make another frame. So I will be pressing F and I'm going to draw a frame inside of our desktop frame, and you can see whatever key I press it shows there. So maybe next time I will not say the name of keys that I am going to press on keyboard, because keys will show there, so you will know what key I pressed. So I have made a frame inside of our desktop. What we need to do next is we need to turn it into auto layout by I'm going to right click on my mouse. Then we will add auto layout by shift A. You can also press shift A, and you can also right click on your mouse and add auto layout. Okay, auto layout is added, and width is going to be fixed. I think it is going to be 1440, and height is going to be hug content. So for now let's give it fixed height, then we will give it hug content height. So our auto layout is ready. So next thing we need to do is we need to give it padding of 100 on left and right horizontally. Okay, and we will start designing by making logo here. So our logo is let me press T on keyboard, and it is, I think it is a curio. Yeah, this one. This is our logo name. Let me zoom in so you can see. I am going to use font family of Geist. Sorry, in last video I said it is Geist. It is not Geist. I did little research. So it is Geist. So font size is going to be 32. Okay. And line height is going to be 24. And letter spacing is going to be minus zero point 0.2 pixels. Okay, and I think font weight is going to be semi bold, maybe bold. We will check on the real on original design, so we will match it, but for now I will keep it as it is. Okay, and next thing we need to do is we need to add an icon there, our logo. So I get my dummy logos because I am creating this design for my portfolio, so we can use dummy logos. I am going to use this plugin quick fill. You can also save this plugin into your Figma. It is really helpful. So we will go to assets and we will go to brand logos, and we need to select this segment placeholder. Okay, because we are not going to use real logos. And if we go down a little bit, then we will get our logo that we used in our design. So let's find it. We used this one, so I am going to press this one. It will be added into our desktop frame. So I am going to press Ctrl X to cut it and paste it into our auto layout this frame. Okay, by pressing Ctrl V, and it is inside of our auto layout. I am going to place it there by using my mouse, and we need to reduce its size to, I think size is going to be 32. Yeah, this will be the size. And let's select both of them by holding shift key. Okay, then I will click shift A, press shift A on my keyboard, and our I turned it into auto layout, and we need to align them into center. Okay, I will be using this alignment feature on Figma, and they will have gap of 6 pixels. Okay, okay, our logo is ready. Next thing we need to do is we need to add nav links there. So we will add nav links by pressing T on my keyboard, but you should remember we are not going to add our nav links into our logo. So I am going to lock it. Okay, so it we don't accidentally put our text inside this frame. So I'm going to select our main frame. Okay, let's name it navbar, so we will not have any confusion. Navbar. Okay, and let's name it to logo. I usually don't name my frames and layers because if I do that, it's gonna take so much time. So to save time, I just ignore it. You guys are very intelligent. I think you will figure it out and name these layers, but I usually ignore them. So pardon me for that. So next thing what we are going to do is I'm going to select our navbar frame, and I am going to press T and then write some text. Text is going to be features, first nav link, and then I need to change its font size. Font size is going to be, I think, 16. Okay, and it's going to be regular font weight, and I will leave these settings as it is. Okay, and next what we I need to do is I am going to turn it into auto layout, because in when we design for client, then for UX purposes we need to add some padding on top and bottom. Let me zoom in and show you. So what happens if we don't add padding and top padding and left right padding? So user will find it very hard to press this button. So that's why we need to add some padding. So right, left and right padding is going to be 16 pixel, and top and bottom padding is going to be 8 pixel. Okay, okay, our nav button is ready. Okay, and we are going to give it color, and color is going to be this one, this one. So I am going to give it this color. Okay, but before that I want to confirm that our font size is matching with our original design. So let's see. Yes, it is 16, and also we can check this one. um, it was bold. This is what I wanted to confirm. So yeah, so let's make more nav links. So I will be pressing Ctrl D multiple times to copy it, duplicate it actually. So I think there are 5 nav links. So first one was feature, and second one is pricing. Let's name it. And third one, I think, use cases. And fourth one is I think resources. Yeah, resources. And fifth one is contact. Oh no. See, I do many mistakes in spellings. I hope you don't do that. So our nav links are ready. So next thing we need to do is we need to create CTA links there, CTA buttons actually. So how can we do that? So we can duplicate this button, okay, this nav link by pressing Control D, and actually we can turn it into a CTA button by just giving it some fill, background and corner radius. So corner radius is going to be 12 pixel, okay, and fill is going to be, I think, white, okay, and we need to give it stroke, and stroke is going to be slightly gray color like this one, and we also need to give it drop shadow, and drop shadow is going to be 0 value on y and x and 4 value there, and I think the opacity, color opacity is going to be 10, I think. Yeah, our first CTA button is ready, but we need to change its font weight to medium, okay, for button, and we need to duplicate again. Oh, okay, let me name this CTA button first, then we will duplicate. So it is going to be login or sign in. Okay, let's duplicate it by pressing shift control D. Okay, so we need to give it a fill. So fill is going to be gradient, linear gradient, and the top value will be this color and bottom value will be this color. So let's give it one by one. Okay, and let's give it bottom value as well, and let's see our button, but we need to keep this thing down little bit. Stop. I think this is okay. Yeah, yeah, I think our button is ready. Just we need to change color to white, and it is going to be get started, I think. Get started. Okay, let's see if it is similar. Oh, it is get a demo, but I just want to check the gradient. It is 44. The first stop is 44. Yeah, this is what I wanted to check. If you think his tutorial is going to be longer, you can play it on 1.5 speed to make it a little bit faster. Okay, yeah. Our CTA buttons are ready. Okay, now we need to align them, and we also need to give it background. So we will do this by, first of all, what we need to do is we need to select all of these nav links first. So I am going to hold shift key and select all of these nav links. And then when all nav links are selected, then I am going to press shift A and convert them into auto layout. And we don't want a gap because they already have gap, which is, yeah, this looks good. And next we need to convert these buttons into auto layout. I am going to select both buttons by holding shift key, and then I will press shift A to turn them into auto layout. They will have gap of 12 pixel. Okay, okay, inside of our nav link, nav bar frame, we have three auto layouts, as you can see. So we need to select all of them, all of these. Let me show you. So in our main navbar frame, we have three frames, and we need to select all of them and turn them into auto layout. So let's hold shift key and select all of these. Oh, I need to unlock this one, and then we will press shift A, and we turned it into auto layout. And what we need to do next is we need to go to our this menu, and we need to give it a width of fill container. Okay, and they will have gap of auto. Okay, and last thing we need to do is, I think, we need to select our navbar frame, and we need to give it a top and bottom padding of 32. Okay, and we need to give it height of hug content, and let's give this frame, oh, navbar frame, I think this one will have background color. Okay guys, I think I did a mistake. I mistakenly gave top and bottom padding to this navbar frame at 32 pixels, as you can see, and its top and bottom padding is going to be 0. Okay, and instead we need to give top and bottom padding to this frame 409, and it's going to be 32. Okay, okay, our navbar is almost ready, but we need to give it a background fill. So fill is going to be, let me show you this color, f1, f4, f8. Okay, and next thing we need to do is we need to align these nav links and this logo. Okay, I am going to select both of them by holding shift key. Then we need to turn it into auto layout by pressing shift A. Okay, and they will have gap of 64 pixel. Okay, and another thing I added mistakenly was I need to give it lower cap A instead of upper cap. Okay, and our nav bar is ready. So don't worry if you think I didn't add these dotted lines in my design. Let me show you these ones. We will add them when our design is complete. We can add them at the end of our design. Okay, so don't worry. Okay guys, now we are going to make our badge title, subtitle and CTA buttons. We will start it by pressing T on our keyboard, and I am going to write text which is going to be trusted by thousands of growing B2B teams. Okay, this is the flag text. We need a badge there as well, and let's write another text which is going to be new. Okay, let me zoom in so you can see properly. And now what we have to do is we need to give it proper font sizing. Font size is going to be 14, and it is going to be regular, and letter spacing, everything, it looks okay. And for this one it also looks okay. So let's turn this new into auto layout because we want to make it into a badge. It will have padding of 2 pixel top horizontally, and top and bottom is also going to be 2 pixel. I think left and right padding is going to be 8. Yeah, and it will have corner radius of 100 because we want to make it fully rounded, and it will have fill of gradient, same gradient. It is not radial, it is linear gradient, same gradient as this button. Okay, so what we have to do is we need to choose this top color. Okay, and for bottom we are going to use this color again, and let's change the position of stops. The stop needs to come down like this, 44. Yeah, like this. And text color is going to be white. Okay, okay, our badge is ready. And next thing we need to do is we need to select this text and this badge. Okay, this new badge, and we are going to select both of them. Then I'm going to press shift A to turn them into auto layout. And one thing I forgot, we need to add an arrow icon there. To get arrow icon, I am going to use my favorite plugin, which is Iconify. Okay, so it is opening. Okay, plugin is open now. We need to search arrow. So I am just going to write right there. Okay, so we will find our icon and we will use this icon. So let's import it as frame. Okay, and we need to place it on the last. Then we need to press left arrow, right arrow key to do that. Okay, and they all will have gap of 4, I think. Yeah, and we need to give it a border. To give it border, we need to uh, give it stroke. Okay, and stroke color is going to be, I think this one. Yeah, this one is going to be stroke color, and we don't have padding, so let's give it some padding. Padding is going to be 2 pixel left and right, and 2 pixel top and bottom. Okay, and as you can see, we need to make it fully rounded. To that, I am going to give it corner radius of 100. Okay, okay guys, our badge is ready. I think one thing I need to do is I need to give it, this text color is going to be not complete like full black. It is going to be this color. Okay, yes. Okay, our flag or badge is ready. Okay, and next thing we need to do is we need to make a title, and title is going to be, let's press T on keyboard, and I forgot title. Let me see. Built for fast and aligned growth. So title is going to be, we are going to press T, build for fast and aligned aligned growth. Don't worry about spelling, I will get it right. Aligned growth, yes. Text is going to be centered, aligned, and it will have font size of 92. Okay, and it will have height of 96, and font weight is going to be bold. Okay, and letter spacing is going to be minus 3.6 pixel. Okay, our title is ready, and we need to create CTA buttons, and we also need to create this design as well. We will do that once we complete our overall title, subtext, and CTA buttons. So I am just going to copy subtext from here, as I always do because I am so lazy. So let's select our frame, and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, and this subtext is going to be having font size of 24, and font weight is going to be regular. Line height is going to be 32, and this is letter spacing. You can copy all these settings for this text if you are following along with me. And next thing we need to do is we need to give have CT buttons here. I'm just going to copy these buttons. I am going to press Alt key and copy these buttons, duplicate them here, and we have to adjust their hierarchy. So this colored button is going to be on the left side. So let's select it, and it's going to be on the left side, and the lighter button is going to be on the right side. So whenever you are going to create CTA buttons, always remember the best practice is you should have your colored background button on the left side and light colored button on the right side. Okay, So to we need to give it a top and bottom padding of 12. Okay, and this one as well. And what is the text? Let me see. Text, first text is start for free, and second text is book a demo. Okay, book a demo, get started free, I think, and get a demo. And I feel like this text is also wrong, so let's me correct it. So right text is get a demo, like this one. Control Z. I misaligned something, so let's get it right as well. Get a demo. Yeah, get a demo. Okay, our this button is also okay. I think our these things are ready. I just need to change color for the title. Title color is going to be this neutral color 1D1F20. Okay, okay, our all of these things are ready, and I am going to select all of them one by one by holding Shift key and turn them into auto layout by pressing Shift A. They all will have gap of 32. Okay, okay, our um, content is ready. Let's place them into center. Okay, so next thing we need to do is we need to create this design, this one. So let's do that now. Okay guys, time to make this word illustration. Okay, and I have placed gradient colors there, so if you are following along with me you can copy these colors. And to start with, I am going to press T on my keyboard, and we need to write text first, and text is going to be growth. Okay, and text must have same values as of our main title. Okay, so make sure. And next thing we need to do is we need to give it a color, and let's go to linear gradient and add 3 stops there, and we will choose these colors one by one. First one is this one, and second one will be this one, and third one will be the last one. Okay, and let's close these windows. And next thing we need to do, we need to give it we need to add auto layout to our text. To do that, I am going to press Shift A. Okay, and we need to remove horizontal and vertical padding. Okay, so let's give it a fill, and fill is going to be this color F1, F6, FF. And we next thing we need to do is we need to add dotted lines. But before that, let me show you what we need to do. As you can see, there is a gap between our text and these dotted lines. We need to achieve it. So to achieve this one, we need to add another auto layout on top of our word illustration. And how can we do that? To do that, I am going to right click on my mouse, and we have to choose this option, frame selection. Okay, and the next we need to do is we need to turn this frame into auto layout again. I am going to press Shift A now, and our parent frame is turned into auto layout, and we need to give it horizontal and vertical padding of 4 so we can have a gap. As you can see, there is a gap now, but I see there is no gap between there should be gap, there should be padding around the text. So why it happened? Because we need to change its width from fill container to hug contents, so we will have our padding there. So next thing we need to do is I see we need to give change its width to hug contents as well. Okay, so next thing we need to do is we can give it a border so we can see it, not fill. I think border will work fine. Okay, because once we create our dotted lines, I need to align them on top of this border. Okay, so let's create our lines. So I am going to press L on my keyboard and I am holding shift key and I am drawing a line. Okay, vertical line should have height of 122 pixel, and we need to go to advanced stroke settings, and we need to choose dashed style, and dash value is going to be 12 and gap is going to be 12 as well. Okay, and then we can duplicate this line by pressing Ctrl D. Okay, we have two lines, and we also need horizontal lines, so let's duplicate it again. Okay, and we can change its angle to 0 degree, and we will have horizontal line, and the width is going to be 346 pixels. Okay, and let's duplicate it once more by pressing Ctrl D. Okay, our next line is vertical, but we can change its angle to 0 degree. Okay, so we have our four lines ready, so let's place them on top of our border. So first of all, we can position them accordingly on left, right, top. uh, so let's zoom in and do it carefully. So we're gonna select our line and place it there. Okay, same for bottom line. Okay, and this one. Okay, they are placed on right positions, but they are not aligned properly. To do that, we can select our horizontal lines and then text. Okay, and then top line, and then we can align them horizontally to each other. And same thing for vertical lines, shift, and we need to select this vertical line as well, and we can align them vertically center. Okay, I think our illustration is ready. The last thing we need to do is we need to remove border. Okay, so to remove border, I need to remove this stroke, and we need to select all of these items, all of these layers. I am holding Control key and I am going to select all of them, and then I am going to press Control G to turn it into a group, and our illustration is ready. Let's see if it does look similar to this one. And last thing, we can give our group to we can give our group an angle of 2 degrees, and our illustration is similar to this one. Okay, then we need to place this illustration on top of this word growth. So how can we do that? We just simply need to copy it, Control C. Okay, and then we can insert this illustration into our this auto layout by pressing Control V, and as you can see, it is creating another item into this auto layout. But we need to select our illustration, and we need to press choose this ignore auto layout option on the right side menu, and then it will ignore auto layout, and then we can place it anywhere inside of our auto layout. Okay, so let's place it. I think we placed it on the correct position. Okay, okay, our main content is ready, and let's align it into center. And then next we need to place this dashboard image, and we need to create this design as well, background design, and we're gonna do that. Okay guys, next we need to place our dashboard image there. And to do that, first of all, we need to create this background first. Then we will place image on the top. To create this background, we need these line image. So I already have it. As you can see, I have this vector image, whatever you can call it. And don't worry if you don't have it, this will be included in the design file that I will place in the description. Okay, so you can download it from there. So what we need to do, we just need to copy this and place it inside of our frame. But first of all, let me increase the height of our main frame. I am going to hold control key and move it down. So let's press Ctrl X and place it inside of our main frame, Ctrl V. Okay, as it occupied all of the place, but don't worry. So next thing we need to do is we need to give it some angle. So lines goes like this. Okay, so I need to give it angle of 40 degree. Okay, and it will show like this. And next thing we need to do is we need to draw a rectangle on top of that. So I am going to press R on my keyboard and we are going to draw a rectangle. Okay, and rectangle will have width of 1240. Okay, and it will have height of 548, I think, because let me see, we need to give it proper height. Height is going to be 652. Yeah, 652. 652. Okay, that will be the height. Okay, and next thing we need to do is we need to select this rectangle and we need to select our background vector. Okay, image. And then we need to right click on our mouse and we need to choose this option of use as mask. Okay, and now we have a rectangle with these lines. Okay, but our lines are not covering these corners, so let's give it make it a little bit bigger from this side as well. Okay, so our rectangle is ready. Okay, our line background, this vector line background is ready. We need to place dashboard on top of that. I already have my dashboard ready, so I just need to copy it and paste it inside of our main frame. Okay, but before that, why not lock this layer, because it is too much interfering in our design. So let's lock it. We can unlock it later. Okay, so let's copy this one and place it inside of our main frame. Control C. Okay, and then what we need to do is we need to add another frame on top of our dashboard, because we want to create this background. Okay, this background, you can see slightly blue background. To achieve this, we need to add another frame on top of our dashboard. How can we do that? We need to right click on our mouse and we're gonna select this option, frame selection. Okay, and then we need to add auto layout to it by pressing shift A. Okay, and then we need to give it padding of 8 pixel horizontally and vertically 8 as well. And then we need to give it a fill, and fill is going to be this color, I think this color. Yeah, and it will also have a border. First of all, we need to give it a corner radius. Corner radius is going to be 12. I just checked. Okay. And we need to give it a stroke. And stroke is going to be, I think, this color. No, I think it is gray color. Yeah, neutral color. Let's change it to this color. BA. Okay. And let's see now. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay. And let's place it properly on top of on the on top of our background. Okay. First of all, let's align it into center of our main frame. Okay. And then what we need to do is we need to align it properly, pixel by pixel. So let's zoom in and check. Yeah, it does look fine. And let's go for bottom one. Their background is exceeding the our main dashboard frame. So let's move it back. How can we do that? We need to zoom in and we can just unlock this mask group and shift hold control key, and then we can simply make it like that. Okay. And our dashboard and background is ready. Okay. And let's turn them into a group, mask and this dashboard. Okay. And then not this one and our mask group, and we are going to turn it into a group by pressing Ctrl G. Okay. And then what we need to do is we need to align it into center by pressing this button uh, on the right side menu of Figma. Okay. Our dashboard is ready. It is placed properly. And next thing we need to do is we need to create a play button on top of that. Okay, we will make play button on top of our dashboard button like this one. Okay, so how can we do that? We need to use our favorite plugin, Aconify, and we will search play there, and it will bring us all these beautiful icons. And I'm going to choose this one, import it as frame. Okay, and it is outside of our desktop frame as always. So let me put it back, and I think I will put it back there. And then what we need to do is we need to add auto layout on top of that. So I am going to press Shift A. Okay, and we turned this icon into auto layout. Then we need to give it padding is going to be 18 horizontally and 18 vertically. Okay, and then we need to give it a fill. Okay, I think fill, and fill is going to be a linear gradient. And first let me first of all let's turn it into linear gradient. And first color is going to be this top blue. Okay, and second color is going to be this bed 5ff. Okay, and let's align our like this. Okay, 44 is the first stop, and then we need to make it fully rounded. How can we do that? We need to change the value of our corner radius. I'm going to put 100 there. Okay, and the icon color is going to be white. And then we need to add another frame to give it a background. First of all, let's give it a frame selection. I am pressing right clicking on my mouse, and we will choose this option, and then we will press Shift A, and we will add auto layout to its parent frame. So this is the play button frame, and this is the vector icon, and this is the top parent frame. So now we need to give it a padding of 12 pixel horizontally and 12 pixel vertically, and we also need to give it corner radius of 100 pixels to make it fully rounded. And now we need to give it a fill, and fill is going to be very light blue color. I think this one. Let's see how does it look. Yeah, it does look fine. So let's place it somewhere in the center. Yeah, I think this is right. Okay. Okay, our dashboard image and our background is ready. Our play button is also ready. And next, what we need to do is, can you see the difference? The difference is here, blue color is more vibrant than this one. I think we need to choose less vibrant one, but we can do it later. So next thing we need to do is we need to add these dotted lines. Okay, so how can we do that? Very simple. We just need to draw lines. Okay, I am going to press L on my keyboard and we are going to draw a line. I am going to hold shift key so it stays straight. Okay, this will be the first line, and then we need to change its value into stroke section in our right side bar menu, and we will turn into the dashed style, and dashed value is going to be 12 and gap is going to be 12. Okay, and we need to change its color to, I think, this ba, this one, this top color. Okay, let's see now. Yeah, we got our desired lines, and let's place them next to our frames. Let me zoom in so you can see. We need to place it there, just right next to our navbar. Okay, and let's check our dashboard. Yeah, it does look okay, and we need to duplicate it. I am going to press Alt key and duplicate it to this side as well. So let's align it there as well, and I am going to align it carefully. Let me zoom in. So yeah, and top, yes. Okay, this side is ready, both sides are ready, and now we can duplicate again. Okay, I am going to hold Alt key and duplicate it again, and we can change its angle to 0 to make it vertical, not vertical, horizontal. Okay, and we need to place it there. Let me place it properly. Yes, there. Let me zoom in. Yes, it is positioned very well, and we need to increase its width. I am going to hold a shift key and increase is its width, and then we can duplicate this line again. I'm going to press Alt key and duplicate it there and place it above our dashboard like this. And let me zoom in so we place it properly on top of our dashboard. Okay, yeah. And then we can duplicate it again last time and place it there. Okay, let me zoom in and check its position. Yeah, it is rightly placed in the bottom, and we can move it into right direction as well. And the last thing we need to do is we need to create these sorry and last thing we need to do is we need to create these plus icons there. So how can we create them? Okay guys, I will create that plus sign. To create that one, I will press L on my keyboard, and let me zoom in so you can see. So I am going to hold shift key and make a line, and line height is going to be 8 pixel. Okay, and then we can duplicate this line by pressing Ctrl D, and they should have a distance of 5 pixel. Okay, you can press alt key to check distance between two layers. Okay, so they have 5 pixel of distance, and I am going to select both of them and turn them into a group by pressing Ctrl G. And next we can duplicate it again by pressing Ctrl D. Okay, and we can change its angle to 90 degree to make it horizontal, and let's place it rightly. Let's place them center to each other, both of these layers, and we can select all of it and turn it into a group by pressing Ctrl G. Okay, our plus icon is ready, sign is ready, but I see our lines are these lines are outside of our main frame, this frame. So let's put all of these lines back into our main frame. So I am holding shift key and selecting all of these lines and putting them back into our desktop frame. So next thing we can do is we can simply take it inside of our desktop frame. Okay, and place it there. Let me zoom in, and we need to carefully place it. I am going to press top arrow key so you can move your layers in Figma, and then I need to duplicate it again. I am going to hold alt key. Okay, and take it to the other side and carefully place it on top of this cross section. Okay, let me zoom in so you can see, and let me place it there. I think it is right there, and we need to duplicate it again and place it there. Let me zoom in and use arrow keys to place it properly. Okay, and you can duplicate it again, alt key, and place it down there. Let me zoom in again. I'm going to use arrow keys to place it rightly there, and let's duplicate it again by holding alt key and place it there as well. Yeah, it is right there, and again duplicate it again, and this is the last time I think we need to duplicate it. Yeah, okay, our design is ready, complete. I think it is complete now. So we can, you can change its background and make it look like this, and design is in your hands. You can download it from the description link, and you can do that. I am not going to do that. And I hope you like this tutorial. I don't know how long it's gonna be because it was complex design, so it took some time to make. It took me some time to make it, but we are there. So I hope you liked it, and I hope you will support my effort and subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave a nice comment so I can make next video for you. So see you later.